Right, so I wanted to talk about my experience living in house number 6. So when I did my research, I heard a lot about it being family oriented, a house of service. That six or makes me think about house 6 in astrology, which Virgo rules that house. So someone said a house of service. um, it's being or a house that's aesthetically pleasing, a house that is well decorated, and the person may want to do a lot of hosting and having people over at dinner parties and fancy things. It could, now the downside of it could be hoarding things, just constantly buying stuff you don't need. But also it can fall on the minimalist side. So that's also Virgo, of just only getting what you need and being kind of frugal with things, But my experience, and I just came to this realization when I was like doing my research and writing things down, is I brought a baby into both houses. So I lived in a house 6 twice. Once it was 2000 and I was pregnant. Yeah, I had her to the end of 2017. So 2018 is when I brought the baby in the house, the first baby. And then the second time I lived in a house 6, which was 2024, I brought a baby into that house. So both times in 2018 and 2025, 2025, I brought a baby into house 6. So there's the family oriented, because really I'm a mom and I've had kids for a while now, so I have a family everywhere in any house. But that stands out. The family dynamic stands out because I brought a baby into both houses. So if you're trying to have a baby, maybe you need to move into a house number 6, or make it a number 6 by placing a sticker on the back of your door, if it's possible. Maybe if it's possible to do that. You might be at a number that you can't really move up to 6, but anyways, so yeah. What else? Both places was aesthetically pleasing. The first house I lived with my partner, and it was a nice house inside and out, and it made you want to hook the place up. Nice yard, nice area. It was enough room. It was 3 bedrooms. It was a updated house. No roach problems. Nothing raggedy about this house at all. Now that was back in 2018. Now 2024, that apartment, on the outside, it was just brick. I mean, it was just very basic brick apartments. It did have like trimmed bushes around and stuff like that. You could tell the lawn or the landscape was maintained. And then on the inside, it was nice, even though things did break down. I had issues with roaches. You saw some every once in a while, but I put things down. It was an old building. But they had painted, the light fixtures. They had remodeled the inside of that apartment. So still aesthetically pleasing, because the inside was nice. Outside, it's kind of mid, but either way, you felt good about being there, But like I said, things did break down. I did have issues with maintenance and stuff at that apartment, so it was not perfect. Now, family in both, relationships in both houses. Was it perfect? No. Was there no fighting? No. You know, so it's not that you're going to have this perfect family life if you're in a house 6. You're going to have issues, you know. But yeah, that was my experience. That was interesting because, yeah, both house 6s I brought babies into. And my other son, no, it wasn't a house 6, it was a house 9. But you know how 9 looks like a 6 flipped around? And I had a baby there too. So all 3 babies came into a house like 6-ish. Like the first one was a 9, but you know, it's like a 6 flipped around. But let me see. Make sure I'm not missing nothing. I did write a list. Make sure I'm not missing anything. I made decent money both places. I mean, I've been making decent money since 2015, really. So it doesn't matter. The best time for finances was when I lived in house 4. Responsibilities. I have responsibilities in all houses, but that was one of the things with the house 6 was having increased responsibilities or just being responsible for a lot of things. So yeah, I mean, really, that's all I have for house 6. If anything like stuck out to you, or if you have a similar experience with house 6 or something different, definitely share below, and I will talk to you again next time. Bye.